So this is the end result of the first auction for this year, 2019. I'll go ahead and unload the vehicle, set up the camera, do a little time lapse, and show you some of the stuff that I got at the auction. I was only able to get one box slot set, which I usually try and get as many box slots as I can. This auction was a little bit different. If you saw my Instagram picture where it was called a man's cave auction, everything was more manly. It's not always antiques. There are a few antiques in here, but a lot of the stuff is newer, like you can see the paintball stuff. But I'll unload it, show you what I got, and we'll talk about it. Okay, so here is everything I got today pretty much laid out. We'll go through, look at what I paid for it and start pricing. Got bow and arrow, or bows. I got a decorative arrow there, some knives. Whole bunch of wooden bows that are kind of older. I'm not saying they're antique, but they're definitely not new. Batons. That's an airsoft gun. The other one is an actual military. I don't think it's Fort Knox. I'll have to look at what it says on it. But it's like a training weapon. It's made out of rubber. It's very heavy. Practice weapons for martial arts. A lot of these are not sharp. Paintball gun. Paintball accessories over here. And that box is a wood stock for a rifle. And then back there, it's hard to see probably, but there's some more airsoft type toys. So we'll go through next and start looking at what all we got and start pricing it all. So once I have everything unloaded from the vehicle, the next thing I do is I go through the list that you get from the auction of each individual item that you bought or each lot that you bought. This time it's actually 3 pages long, so quite a bit of items. I go through there, I look at the prices, what I paid for each thing, and then I come up with a price on what I'm going to sell that item for. I have a price gun, I just can't seem to find it right now, so I'm just going to use the simple dots here and write the price of each item on it and then stick it on the item. That way when I go to a garage sale or flea market, I don't have to worry about what's priced what or having to price the items on that day. I have everything already priced and ready to go. And it's one less step for the day when it actually comes to going to a flea market. Okay, the first item I've pulled out off my list is I had 2 curved knives bought. One was bought for $2, one was bought for $4. Even though it's the same day of the auction, I pretty much have to guess on which knife is which. Based off of the rust on this one, I'd say I paid $2 for this one, and the cleaner knife I paid $4 for. To figure out the pricing on my items, I usually try to at least double my money. So this knife I'll ask $5 for, and this knife I'll ask $10 for, and more likely I would take $4 for this one because I've still doubled my money, and I would take anywhere from $8 to $10 on this one, once again still doubling my money. So that's how I decide on pricing of items. Even though it's the same day of the auction, like I said, I don't know which knife I paid which for. I can only guess that this was the cheaper one due to the rust. But if you look at them, they're pretty similar knives, especially the handles. If I can get those both in view. They're almost identical knives. Just like I said, one's a little rustier than the other, but on this side it's pretty fine. So if I did this end to this end, you'd almost not be able to tell, you know, which is a $2 knife and which is a $4 knife. Okay, the next item I have, these 3 items I bought as a lot. which means I paid one price for all three, and that price was $2. So on each individual item, I'll ask $2 a piece. Seems a little crazy, but since I paid $2 for all three, that would actually triple my money if I get full price. Or if worst case scenario, I get $1, $1, and $1, I made 1.5 times what I paid for it. So sometimes you just have to go with that. Sometimes I buy things at the auction just to keep the auction going. Auctioneers, they're there to make money, so they'll sit on items just waiting for somebody to bid. I'm not worried about being that person every once in a while if you're just talking about $1 or $2 for items, which I know I can probably sell and at least get my money back for it just to keep the auction moving forward and going. Okay, the next item I have, it's a junior archery set from Bear. It already has a $5 price tag on it. That's not my price tag. Somebody had it at the auction with the price tag already on it. I paid $1 for it. So what I'm going to do is just leave that $5 price tag on and see if I don't get close to that amount. It's always great when you pay $1 for something and can, quadruple your money or even more. So, yeah. The next item I have is this paintball gun. It has the hopper with it. It also has the canister, although the canister is empty. I do believe they can recharge those at a fee, but it's always better to have the canister than to not have it with the gun. I paid $5 for this paintball gun. I'm actually going to ask for $20. And hopefully I can get somewhere between 15 and 20 for it. I don't think it'll be any problem. It's a really nice gun. No issues with it. Looks almost brand new. It's got a couple little scratches on it, but nothing major. The next thing I have is 3 bows that I bought at the auction. All 3 are wooden bows. There is no string with them. This is a wing archery. It's called a Falcon. I looked it up on eBay. It's going anywhere from 50 to 100. This Sherwood bow here, I couldn't find one selling currently. And then this one has no name, but still a very nice bow. So the one with no name, I probably ask for about $5. The Sherwood bow, I'm going to ask 10. And the Falcon, I'll try and sell locally at first for $50. If I can't get it sold locally, then I'll try eBay. And of course you have to add shipping and all that stuff, so it does get more expensive. I always try and sell local before I try on eBay. So out of these 3 bows, I paid a combined total of $8 for all 3 of them. So I think it's a pretty good investment. Definitely will be able to get my money back. Definitely double my money, possibly triple or quadruple my money, which is always a good thing. Here I have 2 notary stamps that I picked up from the auction today. One is smaller than the other. Kind of see some of the detail. The light's not the best in here. But they do look the same, but the actual notaries are different. We pressed them out. The big one says Red Cab Realty Inc. Seal, Indiana. And the little one says Indianapolis Checker Cab Company, Indiana seal. Since we bought both of these as a combined lot, we paid $10 for the pair. We're just going to end up keeping one of them for our own collection and selling the other one at a later date. Okay, so I saved the knives close to the end because I didn't know which one I paid $2 for, $3 for, or $5 for. I did pay $5 for one of them. I believe it's a small samurai sword here. So what I did is I went through the list, made sure I had all 11 knives, which I do. So all my knives are accounted for. I then went through the list and added up the total that I spent for all the knives, which was $17. So then based off of my pricing and want to make double what I spent, I need to price all the knives around $35. When all's said and done, it's right at $38, which gives me room to bargain, which always happens at a flea market or a garage sale, depending on when and where I sell these items. This is 1/2 of the box lot that I bought today. As you can see, it's all paintballing equipment and gear. I do not paintball, so I'm not sure what the prices for these items should be or what they go for. I do have a friend that I will send the pictures to, and he'll be able to give me an idea of what these items cost. I'm sure there's going to range from anywhere from $2 to possibly $10. Like I said, this was a box lot, and this is just half of the items that I got off that box lot. I paid nope, $4 for the box lot. So even selling one item at $5, I've already made my money back, and I'm sure there's more than that in these. So that's why I always recommend buying box lots. A lot of times you don't know what's at the bottom of the boxes. I have found gold rings before, other gold items that were just thrown into a box I paid $1 for. I do keep most of those items. I wait for gold prices to go back up. But it's just really lucrative to buy box lots whenever possible at an auction or at a flea market or wherever you're at. If you can buy something in bulk, it's always better. And the last half of the box slot were airsoft rifles. Most of them were just part guns. I was able to combine a couple to make full guns. I threw 2 away that were just absolutely nothing. They're just skeletons. I don't mess with those. They just take up room. But these are the better of what was left out of that box. As you can see, I have them all marked for $5 each. Like I said before, I paid, I think, $4 for the whole lot, including the paintball equipment. So anything I get off the airsoft rifles is just bonus money or extra money into my pocket. So these are the items I ended up keeping from the auction, which was about 1/3 of my total. I always seem to keep some items every auction I go to. I have a collection of my own that it's personal collection. But that's how I go about deciding the prices on items, how I look up the prices, how I know I made at least double my money. Until next time, thanks for watching.